Hi. All right, so I'm really excited about this. I want to develop a manual to give coaches that's kind of like a 365 days of hustle, I think is what I'm going to call it. Notebook, manual, checklist that's just going to lead us, and I say us because I need it for myself, daily and weekly to success. So that if we just do these small little pieces every day, we're going to get that success. Because sometimes it's very overwhelming in our head and we can't really understand what we've done and what we haven't done. So I want to break it down. And so there's different levels of different things we need to do. There's a social media aspect. There's public invites, which goes along with social media. There's projects like this one that I've been working on. And then there's just that hardcore daily relationship building invitation. And I've kind of broken that first step up. This is my first resource that I'm putting out there. Eventually I'm going to combine it all. But I've sent you a PDF with 4 pages, okay? And this is a week's worth. So the first one is add. I've got some general instructions up here and some different tips. But basically the idea is all these white cells, they need to have names in them at the end of the week. And I want you to take a picture and send it to me at the end of the week and show me that you've written the name. So this is add. This is just what I do is I go like on my older sister's Facebook page, my sister Allison. I don't think she will ever coach. It's just not her personality. And but her friends should know me. Like it shouldn't be weird if I added them, and they should be in the demographic, getting married, having babies. That would be a good customer for me. So I'll go under her friends, and it usually will say recommendations. And then if they look like they are a woman between 19 and 40, that's a pretty big genre. My dialed in genre would probably be like 24 to 39 to 40, that would probably be a little bit, out of college, who I'm better with, but I'll just add them. And so just write their name down real quick. Sarah Adams, Stacy Smith, Crystal, blah, blah, blah. And so your goal is just to get these cells all with one name. And they're big enough that you have a name, and if you wanted to make a little note, you could. And then pink, that's bonus. That means you're doing awesome. All right, so that's just adding. And the reason we want to start writing the adding down and not just adding is because then when we go to the invest, now investing is just sending a message that says, I put it here like, hey, Ashley, I was on your Facebook wall and I saw that you just moved to Greenville. I didn't know you moved from Florida. How is that going? Your kids are so cute. Are you still homeschooling? I'd love a life update. Just spill. Tell me everything. That's my investing. That's how you reconnect. That's it, okay? If they come back and they ask you how you're doing, then you would say, blah, 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 positive stuff. And I started being a Beachbody coach, and I love it. It's been amazing. Then keep going. If they want to ask, what's a Beachbody coach, or tell me more, then they will. If they don't, then they won't, but they'll be watching at that point. So that's just investing. It's not inviting. The other part of investing would be depositing something into their life. So if someone was depositing into me, they may say, hey, Ashley, I was reading this article about homeschooling large families, and I thought of you. So I just wanted to pass this along. Or, hey, Ashley, I heard that you all are moving into a new house and you like mid-century modern furniture. Check out this Pinterest board. I think you're going to love it. Well, thank you. Like, this is awesome. Thank you for thinking of me. Thank you for saving me time. You know, somebody that their husband just had surgery. Hey, Ashley, I know that your husband just had surgery. That's got to be so hard. Um, I thought, you know, meals can be really hard, especially since you're working. So here's a Pinterest board I have of fast, easy meals. A lot of them are crock pot. I hope this helps. That's deposit. So that's invest. You're just going to write the names of who you invest in here. Now, ideally, you would use at least 5 from the ad list, and you would take them, and maybe it would be the ad list from, it could be from this week, it could be from the week before, but from one of the ad lists, and you'll invest that way. And the reason that that's important is because at some point you're going to run out of your warm market that you know, and you're not going to know what to do. And so if you can go ahead and start warming that up now, and just, so if somebody I didn't know that I had added as a friend, but I didn't know them, I might go and say something like, let's say, hey, Sarah, your Facebook, I added you because you're Facebook friends with my sister Allison. We both went to Asbury. I don't know if you remember Allison, but anyway, I was looking at your Facebook wall, and I just want to tell you, like, I love the artwork that you're doing. You're such a talented painter. How did you learn to do that? Okay, or, hey, Kelly, it looks like we're both friends with so-and-so. I see that you live in Tampa. We're going to be traveling through there next month. Do you have any recommendations for a hotel to stay at I don't know, whatever, something. Just start a conversation. So that would be investing from your ad sheet. Okay, you're going to try to fill these up every week too. Next is invite, and this is the one that everybody is most scared of. Well, first of all, use people from invest sheet. They then will go on to the invite sheet. Now, you might want to wait if you're not going to go through for a direct invite with this person. If you felt like somebody needed to be invested in, you needed to do a conversation with before you invited, then you might want to take if you're taking from an invest cell, you might want to do somebody that you warmed the conversation with like a week ago, a month ago, and not just be like, start the invest conversation and then the next day or next week, hey, do you want to do this? Unless it feels right, unless you've got a conversation going and you're like, hey, we've been talking, do you want to do this? Otherwise, invite, make it easy. Nothing phony, nothing flattering. If you're going to invite, just go for it. So it'd be something like this. Hey, Ashley, do you want to do a Beachbody challenge with me next month? Challenge group? Do you want to do a Beachbody challenge group with me next month? That's it. That takes the pressure off of you. You don't feel weird. You don't feel phony. You just write it out. You push send. You're not being phony. You're just asking them. So if the relationship's in the right place, sometimes the right place is you've got a really good relationship. Sometimes it's that you haven't talked to that person in a really long time, and so it's like, you know what? Why not? What do I have to lose? Why not? You know? So, but just keep it simple, because then if they don't reply, they don't reply. If they do reply, then it's probably going to be, what do you mean? What is that? Tell me more. Well, then you can start the five-step invitation process. Okay? And then also on these invite, you can use coaching invites, inviting people to the coaching opportunity. You can count those names towards here. And so if you're going to do a cold coaching invite, it might be something like this. Hey, Ashley, I noticed how positive and kind all your Facebook posts are. You really care about people, and it shows. Have you ever thought about being a Beachbody coach? I think it would be something you'd really enjoy, and it's right in line with everything you're already doing. And when I say, hey, Ashley, I'm just using my name. It's not like I think that I am kind or my husband had surgery or anything like that. Okay. Something else could be, hey, Ashley, I love seeing all the pictures with you at spinning class and your yoga poses. It's so cool. Have you ever thought about being a Beachbody coach? It pretty much involves exactly what you're already doing. and getting to help people in a direct way to live a healthier lifestyle. So you want to go straight for it and kind of tell them like why they're already doing it, why this is in line, what's, that kind of thing. But you don't want to spill. You want to leave it open-ended enough to where they might say, "No, I haven't," or "What is that?" Then you can start that conversation. Small little bites. So keep it simple. Fill this out. The next one is follow-up. And this isn't really like a goals to-do list like these. Like these other ones, you need to have that filled out, and I want a picture of it. Follow-up is more for your organization. So when you invite someone, or you just get a message and you're afraid you're going to forget, like, oh, I need to talk to them on Wednesday, or I haven't heard from them Monday, so 48 or 72 hours, write their name down. Just use these cells. It's just like a visual cell block, that kind of thing. And then I have some lines under here that you can also just use for your own notes. So follow up 2, you can, once we get a whole binder of 52 weeks of these, then you can kind of label by the month and week 1, 2, 3, 4 of each month. And so if someone said, yeah, why don't you follow up with me in 3 months, then you could skip to 3 months from then and just fill in their name in one of these follow-ups that way, kind of as a calendar. So, like I said, I've got more in store, and I really hope that this organization system works for you. I've got to start using it myself, but I just really wanted something that was kind of visual and wasn't just lists and messy, but that was those blocks. So if you want to check it off, cross it off, but you can see where they lie. And if you are not having success with adding challengers or selling challenge packs, then this should tell a lot. Because if your invite block for a week has only 1 cell or 2 cells, like, it's not going to happen. If you're not investing in people, it's not going to happen. So this is going to be a visual representation of what you're actually doing. So please print those out. Please print 2 to 4 weeks worth while I have time to keep creating. I already saw some typos on there. But please go ahead and print a couple weeks worth out and start using those. And like I said, I want you to take a picture at the end of the week and show me how many of those cell blocks you have filled out. All right, great.